Right, folks. Oh, well, apologies for the late start. 1 second, let's get that on. Lack of professionalism on my end, so I apologise. There's a poll in the chat. Make sure you leave your vote for who you think is going to win this one. I can't remember my exact prediction, but I'll find it sooner or later. I'll have a gander. Oh, what was I going to do now? What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Can't believe this game's going to be on Sky Sports Plus. Like, come on. Wasting quality games on this shite. Honestly, I just think if Sky Sports can't show a game on one of their proper channels, just let the BBC do it. Or even Channel 4. Just let somebody else do it. Right. There we go. All sorted. All sorted. We're laughing now. We're laughing. Okay. Right, so if anyone's got any specific predictions, do let me know. I will get mine real quick. I went with 24-18 to Hull KR. Such a pain having the game hidden away. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I think we need a few more games on the BBC, I think. If anyone was here, yes, the 2014 Rovers, so we're not far off. You and me, Luke, we're not that far off on our predictions. You live abroad, get games on in pubs. If it's on main channels, red button is a no-go. Hull KR by 12. Fair enough. That's it's a bit of a rough one. It's a bit of a rough one, unfortunately. If anyone was here yesterday during the stream for Leeds vs Wigan, I was talking a bit about the Ashes series that hopefully will announce soon. And that there'll be stuff I'm trying to do for it. That's one area that we could really do with getting right is overseas production. Is making sure that people in different countries can see it. Because I've been thinking of some decent ways to try and hype it up. I came up with some ideas yesterday, actually. I've got hidden away. Now, I'll be trying when that's announced to try and get it out there. But we need to make sure that if we build up hype here, it might build up hype elsewhere. And we need to make sure. And I've forgotten a name on that team list. Very professional of me once again. I thought I got everyone. Apparently not. Who am I missing? Broadbent, Davies, Hiku, Gildart. Apologies, Mr. Gildart. But yeah, we need to make sure that the Ashes, people can watch it overseas. Need to make sure that that's locked down. Kevin says Rose by 18 plus. Does anyone think that there'll be... I think I know the answer from most people. Anyone think that there's going to be a slight... Hi Jake and Layla. A slight disconnect without Evalds? Or do people think that Broadbent's going to be just going to fit right in? Does anyone think that isn't a Leigh fan that thinks Leigh's going to win as well? Because I think there's a chance they win. I think they've been quite strong through the middle, even given the size. They've been quite good. I think Armstrong can certainly open them up. Lam and O'Brien have connected well. Ipape could be dangerous. So we shall see. This is the game, by the way, that I think probably will end up being the Vegas game next year. Makes sense to me. Decent away following from both teams. Right, if anyone's got any other specific predictions, let me know. Well, they might do, Kevin. They might do. I think they've shown enough defensive resilience that they can at least withstand good amounts of pressure. Think Leigh might win? I think so too. I think there's a strong team there. They do need to turn it around a little bit from the performance the other week against Hull FC. Let's have a look at the table. So Hull KR and Leigh first and second. Got a pretty decent lead for Hull KR if they win today. Right, so they're going through the lineup, so I will too. So, in the backs for Hull Kingston Rovers, they have Broadbent, Davies, Hiku, Gildart, Burgess, Lewis, and May. In the forwards is Sue, McAlorum, Warrior Hargreaves, Hadley, Batchelor, and Minchella. On the bench for Hull Kingston Rovers, you have Litton, Luckley, Whitbread, and Tanganoa. 18th man is Brown. Only complaint there is, I understand starting McAlorum because if the forward pack wins, it's not as much of a detriment. And defensively, McAlorum's quite solid, but if you lose through the middle and you need a bit more speed, Litton should be there. I do think they should start with him because they're stronger that way, but it's not the end of the world. We'll see how Broadbent gets on at fullback. I think he's reliable enough on both sides of the ball. It's just potentially a little bit of a disconnect when spreading the ball, but that's it. On the side of Leigh, in the backs, we've got Armstrong, Hodgson, Niu, Hanley, Brand, O'Brien, and Lamb. In the forwards is Trout, Ipape, Tuatavake, O'Neill, Hughes, and Liu. On the bench for Leigh is Penny, Brogan, Davis, and Dwyer. 18th man is Badrock. I think the back line with Hodgson, Niu, Hanley, and Brand, I think they will have a lot of work to do carrying the ball out their own end. But they've shown they can be quite effective in that department, and they're not afraid to spread the ball early and deep in their own half to try and eat up those metres. I think Lamb and O'Brien, they'll be aggressive, and I think Armstrong, he's in for maybe one or two line breaks, a couple half breaks here and there if he can get an offload to somebody. But it's gonna be interesting. I still think it leans towards Hull KR, but I like what Leigh have done so far this year, so I think there's a question mark to the result. But yeah, so final few moments. If you haven't, then do make sure you vote on the poll. It will end very, very shortly. And if you've got a specific prediction, call it before the game starts, so we know you're not BSing at the end of the game. We've got 52 people in here at the moment. Howdy. Liam Moore is a ref. Ben Thaler is the video ref. Right. I'm going to end the poll. 71% say Hull KR, 29% say Leigh. Right then. Folks, we're about to get underway any second. And we are underway. Leigh will kick off to Hull Kingston Rovers. The ball is handed off to Warrior Hargreaves, who takes the first carry of the game. McLaurin waits at dummy half, about 15 metres out from their own line. Next carry from Davies, I should say. On the 20, plays it for McLaurin, goes to his left to Sue, who takes it over the 20 for Hull Kingston Rovers and just short of the 30. It's now the third for the Robins. The shift left is now with Hadley. Bumps one off. On the 4th, McLaurin comes back towards the middle. There's a dart on his right foot from Minchella. Takes it just short of halfway. On the last now for Hull KR. Jesus Christ. Lewis kicks on the last. Taken on the full by Armstrong just in front of his own try line. Returns the ball up to the 10. So Leigh with a lot of work to do out their own end already. With a minute gone. Brand. Is that Brand or is that Hodgson? Sometimes it's tough to tell. They do look similar sometimes. Some players. Especially like Wilson and English for Huddersfield. Like, it's tough to tell. Ipape on the 20. Third tackle already for Leigh. Hanley with the next carry takes it over the 20. Liu shifting right. Gives it to O'Brien. Switches back to O'Neill. And on the last, Ipape. A dummy off on the 40. It's out the back to Lamb, who kicks high and long. Well, actually, not that long, really. Broadbent takes it on the 30. He's already up to the 40, so early on, field position certainly looking in favour of Hull KR. Burgess is dragged back over the 40. McLaurin to his left to Hiku. Takes the carry through the middle, over halfway now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Third tackle for Hull KR. Left with Lewis, straightens up. And is stopped by a few defenders who now drag him back. Fourth tackle coming up. Hull KR over on the left-hand side. They come back towards the middle now with Minchella. It's going to get hit by Ipape. Last tackle in Leigh territory. Just behind their 40. Lewis kicks high towards the back left. Brand is waiting for it to come down. Takes it cleanly. Met immediately by Burgess. So Leigh are only 5 metres out from their own try line. Again, a lot of work to do. Good defensive line speed from Hull KR. They make no ground on that plate. The second with Armstrong. Now on the 10, Armstrong at dummy half gives it to Niu. They make it outside their own 10 now. But still a lot of work to do. It's only the 4th. 3 minutes gone. Armstrong up to the 20. So on the last, Leigh don't even break out of their own 20. Lamb kicks is cut by Broadbent literally just in front of the halfway line. This is a great opportunity now for Hull KR to add the first points of the game. They're on Leigh's 40 already. Now with Davies through the middle. Hull KR only about 32 metres out. McLaurin centre field goes left to Lewis. Hands it off to Hadley, who takes it over the 30. So about 28 metres out. McLaurin over on the left. Goes short side left to Lewis. He's got 2 in support to his left. Straightens up, almost breaks through the line. Has to play the ball inside the 10 now. McLaurin pops it up to May. Met immediately by Tuatavake, I think that was. Across to Warrior Hargreaves from the play the ball. And that's going to be a turnover. A metre out from the line. Hull KR trying to play quick. I think they'll be happy with that. Some other players, maybe like May and Lewis, would have wanted the ball possibly, but to do something different. But I think they'll be happy with that, pinning Leigh back inside their own 10 once again. So first carry from Niu, still inside the 10. Then from Hodgson, I believe that is, takes it over the 10 for Leigh. 4.5 minutes gone, second tackle. It's now with Brand, up to the 20. So this is already a better set than the last one from Leigh. Ipape across to Lamb, then O'Brien to O'Neill up to the 30 and just over it. Gets a quick play of the ball. Defensive line isn't set. It's going short side right from O'Brien to Lamb to Hanley, but there's a forward pass in there from Lamb. And they'll turn over possession inside their own half. Good intent there from Leigh, but just executed poorly. So Hull KR are only going to be about 40 metres out with a fresh set. 5 minutes on the clock. So this was good intent. Went from Ipape to Lamb to O'Brien. There's a quick play the ball from O'Neill as he gets half a break. And they go short side right. They've got a 4-on-2. And yeah, the pass from it's the pass from O'Brien. He was falling over. And got the ball off. It's not the worst forward pass I've seen in the world, but it was forward. So out the back of the scrum, Hull KR go right with May. Broadbent hands it off to Davies. So they're between the 30 and the 40 now, about 35 metres out over on the right-hand side of the field. Back towards the middle with Hiku, who takes it up to the 30. Second tackle for the Robins, still over on the right-hand side with McIlaurin at dummy half. Comes back towards the middle with Warrior Hargreaves, straightens up, just short of the 20. 6 minutes on the clock, third tackle, towards the left now with Minchella. Out the back to May. Fakes the ball off to Lewis and darts to his right. Looking to offload the ball, caught down a dead end. Gets it off to Gildart, shifting left, but brought down by Hanley, 10 metres out. Burgess plays the ball, or Burgess waits his dummy half, I should say. May across to Lewis, shifting right to Warrior Hargreaves. Met by Trout, Liu and Hughes. 6.5 minutes on the clock, last tackle. They're about 13 metres out. They go left now. Minchella to May, across to Gildart. He's got a little bit of room to run. Gildart gets the ball down. That's going to be a try for Hull KR. Given by the on-field referee. That's going to be 4 points for Hull Kingston Rovers after just under 7 minutes. Gildart has been pretty difficult to bring down on a few occasions so far this season already, but Hull KR, they had the first points of the game. So yeah, the mistake from Leigh, again, not the worst forward pass I've seen in the world, but yeah, it's fair enough. So centre field, they go left to Minchella, it's then to May, to Gildart, bit of a 2-on-1, he's got the leverage. Armstrong makes contact with him, just in front of the in-goal area. But Gildart crashes over for first points of the game. 7.5 minutes on the clock now, waiting for the conversion. Believe it will be Lewis on this. It is Lewis, not the most reliable of kickers at Hull KR. I mean, they don't really have many. Their most reliable is unavailable. So he's just lining up the ball at the moment. Taking his time to line this one up. So the clock stopped at 8 minutes and 5 seconds. So he's happy with the line. No, he's not. He's going to reline it up again. Oh my God. So he's finally taken a few steps back. He's happy with the alignment. And the ball comes off the tee. I remember when this used to be done a lot. A player would sort of like lie flat on the ground, Minchella is going to place his finger on the ball just to hold it for him. Lewis steps back, and the kick is... It's low. It's no good. It's going to stay 4-0 for Hull Kingston Rovers. I don't know how far or wide that was, because we did not get the view from behind the sticks, which we should really be getting. I don't know why we're getting a wide view. So it's 4-0 for Hull KR. If anyone would like hoodies like this, by the way, shameless plug, there's a link to the Kinetic Rugby League store in the description, and you can get these customised in whatever colours you like. It doesn't have to just be black and white. It can be in Hull KR colours, could be in Wigan colours, it could be in Sydney Roosters colours. It could be in your local Saturday, Sunday League team's colours. Whatever you like. Shameless plug is over. Hull KR in possession. Davis from their own 20 up to the 30. 9 minutes on the clock. Third tackle. Now a carry through the middle from Sue. Just short of the 40. McLaurin, centre field. Goes left to Lewis, who kicks from behind the 40. On the 4th. It's taken on the full by Armstrong. Has a little stumble there, but gets back up. 9.5 minutes. O'Brien from dummy half hands it off to Emila Hanley. Doesn't make much ground there. Keenan Brand waits at dummy half. Goes himself up to the 30 now. Third tackle coming up for Leigh. Pape waits. The ball is across to Trout. Just short of the 40. I don't think Leigh's had a single play the ball inside Hull KR's half yet. I don't think they have. That is 10 minutes on the clock now. We are an eighth of the way through the game. So O'Brien kicks from his own 40. He's going to bounce a couple of times, or just the once, and pops up nicely for Broadbent, who returns over the 30 for Hull KR. May waits at dummy half in centre field. Hands it off to Davies, who takes a carry through the middle up to the 40. McLaurin, centre field again, goes to his left to Burgess. Makes a few metres, is brought down by 3 defenders. And another carry through the middle from Sue. Takes it over halfway. Hull KR now in Leigh territory. 4th tackle. McLaurin to his right to Minchella. Out the back to May. Across to Batchelor. Don't remember him touching the ball much so far. I can't think of the first time I saw him touch it. It's now with Lewis on the last. Kicks from between the 30 and the 40 in Leigh territory. It's going to bounce towards the back right. Recovered by Armstrong. Right in the corner. He's a metre from the touchline and a metre from the try line. They've certainly boxed him in there. Nia with the first carry makes about a metre. Shifts back towards the middle, but is a metre more advanced than they were initially. Hodgson with the next carry is now just a metre short of the 10. So field position's working out nicely for Hull KR. A lot of work to do for Leigh. Hanley just takes it over the 10 now. 11.5 minutes on the clock. 4th tackle. Next carry from, I think that's Tua Tavake. On the 20. Last tackle. Again, another set where they kick from behind their own 20. Lamb with plenty of height, not much distance. It's caught inside Leigh's half. That is not a good kick at all from Lachlan Lamb. And it's not looking good in general for Leigh. And a penalty for Hull Kingston Rovers. I don't know what Leigh can do here. They're either going to have to slow down the progress of Hull KR through the middle, or start spreading the ball deep inside their own half and try and relieve the pressure. I think the latter is probably going to be the best bet. So now Hull KR, from the tap, shift the ball over to the left-hand side with Broadbent, who plays the ball for McLaurin, who goes short side left to Lewis, then to Gildart, cuts back to his right-hand side, which stopped immediately. Hull KR now about 13 metres out. It's with Lewis, then to Sue, up to the 10, and just over it. 3rd tackle, Hull KR less than 10 metres out. McLaurin over on the left-hand side comes right. Minchella switches back to Warrior Hargreaves. Looking for an offload. Now stop 5 metres out. McLaurin between the sticks goes right to May. Caught down a dead end, so cuts back towards the left. Gets the ball after Batchelor. He's stepping, but brought down 9 metres out. Last tackle coming up, just over 13 minutes gone. McLaurin goes right to May. Then to his left to Broadbent. To his left to Minchella. He just straightens up for a carry. It looks for an offload maybe. And he's stopped inches from the line. The ball comes loose and the ball's grounded by Hull KR. I don't know what's happened here. Potentially an offload, forward pass or knock on. We didn't see it. But a try's been given on field for a video referee check. So if Minchella's managed to get an offload here, I'll be very impressed. I thought he was completely wrapped up. Oh. I think the ball bounces forwards there. The ball comes loose. I think that's going to be knock on and no try. The first angle showed you that there was clear separation. It hits the ground because it's a knock-on, Ben. There's no way he's going to... There's no way we're going to give this. There's no way. You are not saying that's going backwards. There is no way you are saying that's backwards. No, we are not doing this. I mean, slightly backwards, but for me that's more just directly dropped straight down than it is backwards. I mean, I'm not... I don't know, I'm 50-50 on that really, but I don't know. I'm just going to give it... That'll be a try for Hull KR. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced. I'm not entirely convinced, but oh well. We move. 10-0 for Hull KR, because they should get the kick as well. Yep. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. Okay, well, it's a try anyway. There's a kick to come, but it's right in front of the sticks, which Lewis should be able to do. 14 minutes on the clock. And the kick is good. Got 79 people here. How you doing, folks? Hope you're well. So it's 10-0 for Hull KR with 14 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. Leigh needs some strong defensive sets now. So it's taken on the full from the kickoff by May, who hands it off to Warrior Hargreaves. is stopped a few metres short of his own 20. McIlaurin comes towards the middle now with Davies. Takes it over the 20. McIlaurin. Then to Sue, who's over the 30. 15 minutes on the clock. McIlaurin goes left to Lewis, then to Hadley. Looking for an offload, but he's stopped short of the 40. McIlaurin, and there's a penalty against Leigh. Jesus Christ. So Lewis will kick from his own 40 into touch. And they'll start from Leigh's 40. Don't even know what happened here. What's he done there? I don't even know what he's done. Anyway, Hull KR got room to run down the left-hand side with Gildart. Finally brought down about 15 metres out. It's a great field position again for Hull KR to add some extras here. McIlaurin over on the left comes to his right to Lewis. Then to May. Across to Broadbent. Sees half a break. Has to surrender for obstruction. Stopped about 14 metres out. McIlaurin towards the right-hand side. 16 minutes on the clock. Second tackle. Goes left to Minchella. Switches back to Sue. Brought down on the 10. McIlaurin at dummy half. In centre field. Goes right to May. Across to Broadbent. He's got two in support with Hiku. Looking for an offload. Stopped just a few metres short of the line. Davies now on the fourth. Waits at dummy half. Comes towards the left with Broadbent. Across to Warrior Hargreaves. Gets an offload to McIlaurin. May gives it to Lewis. Shifting left. Kicks the ball through. Just too much on that one. And that's going to be a 7-tackle set for Leigh. Tackle complete on the last try. I'm not sure. I've seen late offloads. So there's been a lot of late offloads. So I don't mind that. I'm just more concerned about the direction. I think it went more straight down than it did backwards. So it's more the offload I got an issue with than the timing. But I know what you mean, because it seemed a bit late. So, yeah. Anyway, Leigh now finally have possession inside Hull Kingston Rovers territory after 17 minutes. Lamb down the left switches back to Hughes. Gets an offload to Trout, then to O'Brien. It's now with O'Neill. Over the 40. And up to the 30. Fourth tackle coming up. Ipape in centre field. Goes to his left to O'Brien. Back to his right to Liu. Gets the offload to Ipape. Goes right to Armstrong. Stopped about 25 metres out. Ipape now over on the right-hand side of the field. Goes short side right to O'Brien. Dinks the ball towards the back right. Burgess goes up. Ball comes loose into Keenan Brand, I think. So that's a knock-on from Hull KR. So finally, Leigh will spend a bit of time down here. 18 minutes on the clock. Knock-on from Hull KR. Right, so the ball is fed into the scrum, but we're going to have to repack. Tessie New try and come in. All right, well, Luke's called it. Luke has called it. We will see. So out the back of the scrum with Ipape goes left to Lamb, hands it off to Niu, who's brought down on the 10. 19 minutes on the clock. Ipape over on the left-hand side waits at dummy half. Comes back towards the middle with Tuatavake. Makes about a metre or two. Ipape still roughly in the same spot. Comes back towards the middle with Liu. Then to O'Brien. Switches back to O'Neill. They've already linked up a few times already in this game. Ipape in centre field. Waits at dummy half. 6 metres out. Goes left to Liu. Then to Lamb. Out the back to Armstrong. Gets half a break. Gets the ball off to Hodgson. Cuts back inside. I think he was tackled just short of the line. They are going to check for double movement. I think that's not going to be a try. On field given as a no try. Certainly worth a check because somebody might have taken the hands off him, but I'm pretty sure that's promoted. And therefore, it would end up being a penalty for Hull KR to kind of get out this own end. Yeah, that's double movement, 100%. Yeah, that's not going to be a try. It's so tempting for players. Like, when you're that close to the line, it's like, I get it. Like, you know it's going to be double movement, but it's so tempting just to stretch your arm out. So no try, and that'll end up being... I believe that'll just be a penalty, actually. Yeah, it'll be a Hull KR penalty. And they'll kick from their own try line, basically. But right at the touchline. Oh, decent distance on that there from Lewis, actually. Even given the tight angle. So they'll start from about 25 metres out from their own line. Not too bad. Hiku takes the first carry over the 30. Up the Trin says, "Afternoon, Rob. Congrats on the wire win, mate. Thank you very much. We was okay, but made a few too many mistakes, being honest. Hopefully we get our timing right for Friday at Leigh." Well, yeah, it was a good effort. Obviously, you guys had the lead, didn't you, against Hull KR? Hull FC, I should say. Hull KR up to halfway, by the way. On the third, coming back towards the middle. But yeah, Trinity, I think, honestly, with Wakefield right now, don't even worry about the wins. I mean, you'll keep picking up wins here and there, but as long as the performances stay consistent, I think that's the good thing. I know that a lot of Wakefield fans will be like, okay, we want to make playoffs, but I think just setting a good foundation, just having a solid year is, I think, should be a happy, achievable goal that Wakefield fans should look at. But I think there's still a chance Wakefield make playoffs. But yeah, really good signs. And Hull FC have looked really good this year. Well, not really good, but they've looked good. So that's a strong team to beat. They've done it against Warrington, done it against Leeds and Hull. They're competitive against Hull Kingston Rovers in round 2. So yeah, I mean, Wakefield they've looked pretty solid. So Leigh now in possession. 21 minutes or just over on the clock. Leigh on their own 40. It's now with Brand. And it's going to be a penalty for Leigh. Is it a high shot maybe? Or I don't think so. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I think it was a high shot. 21.5 minutes on the clock. O'Brien will kick from just behind the halfway line. So now they will tap on Hull KR's 40. And it's now with Davis through the middle. Totally agree with me. Well, there we go. We're in agreement. Fantastic. So centre field, Ipape goes left to Lamb. Then to Hughes. He takes it up to the 20. 22 minutes on the clock. Niu. Does the Tessie Niu try incoming still count from Luke? I'd say it's still just close enough that it kind of counts. If he's the next try scorer, then I guess it counts. So O'Brien engages the line. He's stopped about 8 metres out. 22 minutes and 22 seconds. Ipape, just right at the sticks, goes to his left. It's going to bounce a couple times. Recovered by Armstrong. Ball comes loose. It's going to be a knock-on. I mean, that went about as backwards as Minchella's offload did. So, I mean, you know. I mean, I do need to see it again, because if it went straight down, then fair enough. Couldn't really tell the direction on that, but oh well. We move. It's going to be a scrum for Hull Kingston Rovers, just over their own 10. 23 minutes on the clock. May's going to feed the ball into the scrum. So the ball is in. It's out to Burgess over on the left-hand side. Takes it just short of the 20. A few players trying to drag him back. And they push him back by a few inches. Gildart at dummy half. Scoots. Takes it over the 20. Leigh really need to start pinning Hull KR back now. They really need to. They take it up to their own 30. McAlorum. To his right to Minchella. Has to play the ball just short of the 40. McAlorum to his left to Broadbent. I think Castleford Hull FC will go next week. I think that's Hull FC favourites for that one. I think quite comfortably. I'm sort of thinking at least a 20-point gap for that, if I'm honest. I think Castleford might struggle for double digits. I think Hull FC might hit the 30 range, if I'm honest. They might. So Ipape to Niu down the left-hand side. Dragging a few players, takes it over the 30. 24.5 minutes on the clock. That's an incorrect play of the ball if I've ever seen one. But there's going to be some interference and a penalty for Leigh. I have to see. If there was interference from a Hull KR player, like if they made contact with the ball. No, that's just an incorrect play of the ball. Challenge it. Challenge it. If they can. Yeah, they need a performance of full 80 mins, not just one half. Yeah. I do think Castleford are a weird team. They showed it a lot last year, and I think they will show it again this year, as they already have done a couple times, that they can have those really resilient performances. They can just kind of switch on defensively and cause teams to really struggle. Like, it's in Castleford's DNA to be resilient defensively and put in those efforts, those extra efforts to scramble in defence. But, I don't know, Hull FC moving the ball really nicely now as a team. A little bit of a disconnect early on. Definitely stronger defensively. But yeah, Hull FC just building. I think it'll be a bit too much for Cass. But Leigh in possession now, off the back of the penalty. They've had a few plays here, but they're up to Hull KR's 10. Ipape to the right. Goes short side right to O'Brien. Fakes the handoff and is stopped a metre short. Last tackle now for Leigh. Ipape waits at dummy half. To his left to Lamb. He's going to dink the ball towards the posts. Taken by May. Shrugs off one and then two. Gets the ball off to Davies and he drops the ball. He's beside himself. Hi there, Egan. Are you streaming the game on Friday, Leeds versus Warrington? If it's at Leeds, then... One second actually. Let me look at the schedule. I might not be streaming... Oh no, it's at Warrington, so I'll be at the game, mate. I won't be streaming that one. I'll probably be able to stream Cass vs Hull. I should probably be able to stream Catalans vs Saints unless I'm... Am I busy? I've got something coming up soon. I can't remember the date. I'm a maybe for Catalans vs Saints. And between Wigan and Salford and Huddersfield and Hull KR, I'm not sure who I want to stream for that. It would definitely be Wigan vs Salford if Salford were looking better. Well, I think it would be Wigan vs Salford, actually. I think that... I'll by Wednesday I'll know which one I want to stream, but definitely Cass vs Hull. I'll be at the Warrington game, possibly Catalan Saints, possibly one of the two games on Sunday. Right, so there we go. Back to the game now. So Leigh in possession, 15 metres out. The ball is with O'Neill. Takes it up to the 10. 27.5 minutes on the clock. Ipape over on the right, comes to the left with O'Brien. Out the back to Lamb, across to Niu. Tries to shrug off Hiku, but has to play the ball on the 10. Armstrong. Caught in a dead end. Gets it off to Lamb. Ipape switches back to Davis. And it's brought down just over the 10. Last tackle. Ipape, left of the sticks. Goes to his right. O'Brien. Engaged the line. Tries to get an offload. He's just going to knock on, I think. So Hull KR withstand the pressure with 28 minutes on the clock. And they will return the ball over their own 20. Lewis waits at dummy half. Oof. Strong hit onto Davies there. Gets back up and keeps running, but is brought down on the 30 again. Tanginoa is now on. And so is Lytton. So possibly a bit more speed through the middle now. And is that Whitbread as well? I think Whitbread's on. Plays the ball just behind halfway. Lewis kicks on the halfway line. Hits the belly of the ball. It's going to be a tough one. But it's taken cleanly enough by Hodgson. Fair play to him. Leigh only about 15 metres out from their own try line. It's now down the left edge with Niu. Eats up some decent metres up towards the 30. And a metre or two over it. He's been dragged towards the touchline, but not close enough. It's now with Hughes. Just short of the 40. Third tackle coming up. Lamb towards the middle with a Pape. Then to Liu. Up to the 40. 29.5 minutes on the clock. Fourth tackle for the Leopards. Ipape, centre field. To his right, to O'Brien, then to O'Neill. Pops up to Hadley, who finds a line break. He's got support from Brand. He's not going to go to anybody. He's going to be brought down 15 metres out. Gets a quick play of the ball. The short on numbers is off to Lamb, who knocks on. And it's recovered by Lewis in front of his own try line. Oh my God, they've squandered an opportunity. Half an hour gone. There was a clear line break for Hanley. I think the reasoning that he didn't give the ball off to Brand was that whoever was chasing him was a bit too close and might have got in the way. I think he had support on his inside as well, but didn't take it. So great opportunity for Leigh has gone begging. For Hull KR now, 30.5 minutes on the clock. With Lytton, they go short side right to May, who comes back towards the middle with Broadbent. Hanley overthinking there. Definitely, Luke, definitely. I think he's probably thinking of the Hull KR player that's chasing back. It's like in the corner of his eye. He's thinking if I get this ball off, there's a potential pat down or something like that. He just tackles Brand immediately. That's probably what he's thinking. He's in his peripherals, so he's maybe just puts him off slightly. I agree. It's causing him to overthink. So Armstrong on the 10. I think Leigh, certainly after the first quarter, have had better field position than what they initially had. 31 minutes on the clock, just in front of their own 10 now. But Leigh, they're going to need to punish Hull KR at some point, or this game will get away from them. So Niu plays the ball behind his own 20. Ipape hands it off to... Is that Brogan? Might be. I think it's Brogan. So shifting right now to Davis, who straightens up. Tackled on the 30. Last tackle, 31.5 minutes on the clock. Ipape out the back to Lamb. Not very long kicks. I think it is a bit windy, isn't it, today? I just realised. I think they're kicking against the wind, if I'm not mistaken. I think. So, Hull KR now, on the second tackle, play the ball inside Leigh territory. 32 minutes on the clock. Lytton goes right to Whitbread. Brought down on the 40. Third tackle, Lytton, centre field, goes to his right. Hands the ball off to Batchelor. And there's going to be a set restart for Hull Kingston Rovers. Now 25 metres out. Lytton, Minchella. Cuts back towards his right and is brought down on the 20. Lytton. 20 metres out, goes left to Hadley. Gets half a break, looking for an offload. Ball comes forwards. Or goes forwards, I should say. Recovered by Amila Hanley. Lewis looking for a strip there, I think. Lewis is complaining about something. Tangled together in the tackle, but they finally play the ball. Brand on the 10. Makes about a metre there. So again, a lot of work for Leigh to do. It's now with Hodgson. Next carry from Hughes. Ipape waits at dummy half. Going right to Lamb, then to O'Brien, then to Armstrong. They've not really tried to attack the edges here inside their own half. Not really gone for it properly. So Lamb kicks from behind the 30. It's going to bounce between the 30 and 40 in Hull KR territory. It must be the wind. Like, these kicks are not very long. It must be the wind. Broadbent at dummy half. Hands the ball off to Davies, who takes it into Leigh territory. Second tackle. Lytton hands the ball off to Gildart, the try scorer, the first try scorer of the game. Plays the ball on Leigh's 40. Lytton in centre field. Goes to his left with Lewis. Switches back to Tanganoa. Brought down 31 metres out. Lytton. Centre field goes right to Minchella. Pops the ball up to Whitbread. Almost gets half a break there, but gets some decent metres. Plays the ball about 15 metres out. Left to Minchella on the last with Lewis. It's a 4v3. Straightens up, gets half a break. Offloads to Tanganoa, and Hull KR will extend the lead. Nicely done from Mikey Lewis there. Really nicely done. And there's a nice little inside line from Tanganoa to get in support. So that's going to be 14-0 for the Robins. Even Lewis should be able to convert this one here. But yeah, Minchella hands it off to Lewis. They've got a bit of leverage on the 4-man. And then switches back and offloads to Tanganoa. Nicely done. So 5 minutes to go. 14-0 lead for Hull KR with a kick to come. Should be 16-0 very shortly. So, not the easiest kick in the world. It's a bit off to the left, but it's nowhere near the touchline. Lewis is going to kick from the 20. But if there is a bit of wind, then you never know. Given his inaccuracies that we've already seen. Oh yeah, I can see some flags in the background moving quite a bit actually. So yeah, you never know. Given that Lewis has not been great with the conversions, could be a bit of an awkward one. The posts are swaying actually. So yeah, it is quite windy. I've only just properly realised how bad it is. But the kick is good, so that's going to be 16-0 for Hull KR. With about 4 minutes to go. There we go. Can we get a turnaround from Leigh at some point? They could really do with putting up some points of their own before half-time. Lytton and dummy half. 3.5 minutes to go. Hiku takes it over the 20. And it's going to be a penalty for Hull Kingston Rovers. Hughes is not happy with that decision. So Lewis will kick from just in front of his own 20 into touch. Decent kick on that. So 3 minutes to go. Penalty for holding down from Hughes. Didn't look that bad, in my opinion. Wasn't terrible. But they spread the ball left now with Tanganoa on Leigh's 40. Gets half a break. Now about 35 metres out. Great chance to enter the 20-plus range. Or maybe go for one if they just feel like adding, a little bit of extras. They don't need to go for one, but they could certainly get up to 20 plus. Broadbent down the right with Hiku, up towards the 10 now. Third tackle coming up. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Davies at dummy half. In towards the middle with May. Then Lewis switches back to Whitbread, who's brought down 11 metres out. Lytton scoots, shifts right, tries to shrug off one, but it's brought down a few metres out. Minchella waits a dummy half, 2 metres from the try line. Last tackle, 2 minutes to go. Towards his left with May, cuts back towards his right, straightens up, gets an offload. Lytton kicks the ball through, recovered by Armstrong. I think that's just going to be given as a knock-on, maybe, from Hull KR. So Leigh will probably get 2 sets maximum here to do something. So they've really got to shift the ball. Accidental offside was given. So they'll play the ball just in front of their own 10. Ipape to Hanley. Pushed back by 4 defenders. Ipape at dummy half again. I'm getting a block nose here. This is not good. We sound like Keir Starmer soon. Brand takes it up to the 20. Then to Lamb over on the left-hand side. Out the back to Armstrong. Shifting the ball inside their own half. Leigh have not looked effective at all. To be fair, possibly the assignments defensively for Hull KR just taking certain players out of the game. Brand is up to the 30 though. So on the last now, Lamb kicks from behind the 30. It's taken on the full by Burgess, who's on his own 30. Takes it up to the 40. So 30 seconds to go. Not terrible field position here for Hull KR. They could certainly try and go for something here if they want to. Maybe a chip towards the corner with a chase. 25 seconds to go. Batchelor takes the next carry. Now in Leigh territory. Only about 40 metres out. 15 seconds to go. Lytton towards the left with Minchella. They might try and have a go here. May to Lewis. Gildart. Burgess gets a line break. Dinks the ball over the top. Caught on the full by Lewis. And Lewis is in for a try. Beautifully worked. I know I keep saying beautifully worked, but it was beautifully worked. My only question is, was Lewis offside? He did look slightly offside, but it's worth a check. Try give it on field. Not sure what the ref said to check there, but I think it's possibly offside from Lewis. Okay, they're saying he's onside. And to be fair, from that frame, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think they're just checking the grounding. Oh no, they were checking offside as well. What am I saying? What am I saying? So there's a camera in the way of the grounding. Grounding's all good. That's going to be a try, and it's close enough for the extra, so I'm going to say that's 22. All right. So it's going to be 20-0 with a kick to come, but it's right in front of the stick, so it should be good. So I've given them the extras. So kicks have come from Lewis. And the kick is good. So that's going to be half time now. 22-0 to the Robins. They have clearly been the better team. No complaints from me. If anyone's got any thoughts on that first half, feel free to let me know. Right. So, solid first half from Hull Kingston Rovers. There's very minimal positive displays from Leigh so far. Very minimal. I don't want that. I don't want... Right then, folks. Shameless plug. There are hoodies on the Kinetic Rugby League store. Link is in the description. As you can see, they are some NRL themes, if anyone fancies them. So the hoodie that you've seen me wear so far on stream, that's in the style of Sydney Roosters, if you fancied it. There's Brisbane Broncos in the middle. There's Parramatta Eels or Warrington Wolves over on the right-hand side. So any colour schemes you like. Everything can be customised exactly as you like. And when I say exactly, I mean exactly. Which means if you look at the logo, every single element of the logo can be a different colour. Every letter in the word kinetic can be a different colour. Every chevron down the sleeve can be a different colour. The top half, the hood, the bottom half, everything can be customised. The only things restricted are the drawstrings, which are either black or white. But I'll be taking a quick break, but I'll be back very shortly. Okay. I'd muted my mic. Thought I unmuted it for a second then, but I didn't, because I'm stupid. So, 22-0 at half-time to the Robins. It's, if anyone's got any predictions for the second half, do let me know. But I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised indeed if Leigh made a comeback. I think they can certainly add points in the second half. But whether they can do a wholesale comeback and really limit the points from the Robins, I do not know. I don't know if that's in them today. So, again, a reminder about the streaming situation for the next round. I should be streaming Castleford versus Hull FC on Thursday the 27th. I will not be streaming on Friday night, as I will be at the Warrington game at home against Leeds. I am a 50-50 for Catalans versus Saints on Saturday the 29th at 5:30. And then there are two options at 3 o'clock on Sunday. It's either Wigan versus Salford or Huddersfield versus Hull KR. I think given that Wigan are looking slightly more vulnerable and Salford actually looked okay against Huddersfield, I think that's probably going to be the more exciting game. So I think I might just take Wigan versus Salford. I mean, Wigan could turn things around and batter them, but I think there's more of a narrative to Wigan versus Salford, so I think I'd probably just do that one. Can Hull KR keep Leeds to 0? It'll be quite difficult to do. They can do it. They've already done it for 40. Surely they can do it again. So we had try some Guild Art. Lewis twice and Tanginoa. 3 of 4 conversions successful from Lewis and nothing from Leigh as of right now. Oh wait, I forgot to put on the TikTok story that I was streaming. Forgot to do that. There's always someone complaining on my video on TikTok. Someone complaining, sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing. Well, 'cause I was sat behind a computer screen instead of going. How embarrassing Does he not realise that there are like hundreds of thousands of people that are also watching behind a computer screen? That when they don't go to a game, I swear to God, some people, unfortunately. Okay, you know what? I'll say this. I used to run like online events for about 8 or 9 years. I've not done it for a little while. But basically, I'd do online leagues and tournaments for esports, and you realise how many people are thick as pig shit, because it would say the name of the league or tournament. It'd have the details like the start date, how the structure works, the entry fee, and any other like generalised specifics. That sounds like a contradiction. And then it'd say sign up here or join here, and then a link to where to join. And somebody would comment saying, how do I sign up? And then since I've been doing content creation for YouTube and TikTok, you would not believe how many people love to be negative for the sake of being negative. You would not believe how many people are stupid. You would not believe how many morons exist on this planet. You think you know, and you'll see in comments of like other TikTok videos and YouTube videos, or even on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. But until you make content and you're the one that receives the comments, or they're at least within your sort of domain, you will never understand how many stupid people exist on this planet. You think you know. I promise you, you have no idea. It is baffling to me how people get by. It's wild. Absolutely wild. It's because you're doing something right. Well, I don't know about that, mate. I don't know. There is a saying, isn't there? Like I can't remember the exact thing. It's about receiving criticism if you're doing something right. Then, or if people are hating or criticizing you, there's a saying in there somewhere. I think some of you guys will know what I'm talking about, but I'm not sure if that's completely true in this case. Well, so we should be a few minutes out. Right. I thought players were coming out. They are not. If anyone's not following me on TikTok, by the way, link is in the description. I would like to get to 10k followers because I don't get paid from TikTok yet. Oh, do you know what I love, actually? I'm not sure if I've talked about this on here before, but what I absolutely love, okay, is I'll do like match reviews and stuff. I'll give my opinion on things. And people comment saying, I can tell you've never played the game, or have you ever played Rugby League before? Players are coming out, by the way. But they'll give hate about my opinions. They'll say, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. But one thing they never do is teach me. They claim that I look like I don't know what I'm talking about, but nobody has ever told me what I'm wrong about. They've never given a differing opinion to say, what you're saying is bullshit, this is what's actually happened. Nobody's ever done it, which is baffling to me. There was one person that actually did it once. Are you ready for this? I gave my opinion on a game, match review. Somebody asked if I'd played the game before. And then his only opinion on the game was, all he had to say was, if the forwards don't play well, the backs can't do anything. That's it. That's all he could say. If the forwards don't play well, the backs can't do anything. That's the only time someone's offered an opinion as a rebuttal to what I've said. Like, is that it? Is that all you've got to say? The backs can't do anything. We're about to get underway. Let's be calmer for the second half. But yeah, idiots exist. Trust me, they're everywhere. So, the second half is now underway. Oh. Are you taking the mick? So because of the wind, the ball went away from Leigh and the Robins recover it inside the 20. Okay. Interesting stuff then. Should we get a trumpet? We've not had one yet, have we? Lewis switches back to Whitbread. Lytton, now 11 metres out. Centre field goes right to Minchella, switches back to Hadley. Right, I'm fully focused on the game now, guys. That was just my rant over. Lytton goes left to Minchella, switches back to Whitbread. Stopped about 9 metres out. Last tackle, Lytton. Across to Hadley. Then to May. Ball comes loose. Leigh lose possession. And it's going to be a fresh set for Hull Kingston Rovers 10 metres out. Davies straightens up and he's stopped 5 metres short of the line. Lytton. Off to Whitbread. Big hit onto Whitbread, who stopped a few metres short. Left of the sticks now with Lytton. Goes left to Lewis. Cuts back towards the middle. Stopped a few metres short again. A minute and a half gone in the second half. Leigh already under a lot of pressure from the kickoff. May shifting right now. It's with Broadbent. Hands it off to Hiku. Stopped about 6 or 7 metres from the line. Fourth tackle. Davies over on the right. Comes back towards the middle with May. Goes short side right again with Broadbent. Gets half a break there. Stopped a few metres short. Last tackle coming up for the Robins. Hiku with May. Across to Hadley, but it's going to come loose. And that'll be a knock-on from Hull Kingston Rovers. So yeah, from the kickoff, the wind just pushed the ball short. Hull KR came up with it. But yeah, Leigh in possession now. Can they work the ball out from their own end? Ipape through the middle. Up to the 30. Niu now takes it up to the 40. And he's still going. Gets an offload to Hanley. Solid metres there from Leigh. Just short of halfway. Ipape goes left to Davis. Then to Liu. Met by a few defenders. Now in Hull KR territory. Ipape goes left. Then it's to Armstrong. Now Niu. Finally stopped about 24 metres out. Last tackle. 3 minutes gone in the second half. Armstrong to Lamb. Switches back to O'Brien. Kicks the ball towards the back left and it's going to dribble out of bounds behind the 10. So there's an opportunity for Leigh to pin Hull KR back here. If they have a strong defensive set, we'll see what they can put together. So Lytton to, I think that was Davies, on the 10. Oof. Lewis is holding his shoulder. He's not in a good way. He's now with Tanganoa towards the left edge. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Lewis is not looking good. Hadley with the next carry. Just over the 20. So good defensive set from Leigh here so far. Minchella hands it off to Whitbread, who's up to his own 30. Last tackle. It's with Lewis. Kicks from behind his own 30. Decent distance on it, even given the wind. Taken by Brand. On his own 30 and a few metres over it. So Leigh in solid field position here. Solid. Niu takes it over the 40. Then with Hodgson, who takes it into Hull Kingston Rovers territory now. Epape to Brogan, just short of the 40. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Epape, centre field. Fourth tackle goes left to Lamb. Hands it off to Hughes, who just eats up a few metres there. Takes it over the 30 in Hull KR territory. And not far off the 20. So last tackle coming up. They could maybe have a go here, but I reckon they'll just kick to the corners. It's with Lamb. I know they're going to run it here. It's with O'Brien. Across to Armstrong. Then to Hanley. Half a break for Hodgson. He's just going to kick the ball through. Is it played up? I think it's knocked on from Hanley, though. I think it's going to be Hull KR's ball. I think it's a knock-on from Hanley, I think. So they play the ball on the 20. That's Hull KR, actually. Hull KR play the ball on the 20. Now, 6 minutes gone in the second half. Tanganoa. Lytton to Hiku through the middle. Gets half a break up towards the 40. Centre field now with Lytton. Goes to his right to Whitbread. Takes up to halfway. Fourth tackle coming up. Lytton goes left to Minchella. Then to Hiku. Bumps into Epape. But on the last now, 46.5 minutes on the clock. Lytton goes short side left to Lewis, who kicks from behind Leigh's 40. Armstrong takes it on the full behind his own 10. So, not really been involved much in this game or not been brought into it effectively. Leigh just behind their own 20. Niu takes it over the 20 now. Look for an offload maybe. Can't get one. 47 minutes on the clock. Third tackle for the Leopards. Brand with a carry through the middle over the 30. Going to need something special from Leigh soon to turn momentum. Epape at dummy half. Last tackle with O'Brien. Kicks from behind halfway. Caught on the full by Broadbent. Returns it up to the 20. So Leigh have the wind at their backs this half. See what they can do with it. But it's with Burgess now. Makes a few metres. Potentially an offload in there. Can't get one. May waits at dummy half over the 20. And it's with Davies. Lytton on the 30. Gives it to Hiku, who eats up a few metres through the middle. 48 minutes on the clock. He's dragged over the 40. Hull KR 1 of 6 again, but they're not going to get one. Broadbent just short of halfway now. Last tackle coming up for the Robins. Lytton goes short side left to Lewis. We've seen this a billion times before. It's a chip through. It's recovered by Armstrong. Good pressure there from Hull KR. Leigh still with a lot of work to do. They've got to start spreading the ball now. They've got to. This is with Brand. Next carry through the middle from Penne. Pape waiting at dummy half. Goes to his left to O'Brien with Lamb. Pops the ball up to Hughes. Okay, they eat up a few metres there down the left. Nothing crazy, but they spread the ball a little bit at least. Lamb. That's definitely forward to a Pape, but we continue. 49 minutes on the clock. Davis on the last tackle. Out the back to Lamb. Kicks long. It's going to bounce once. Then bounces nicely for Broadbent, who's on his own 20. Strong hit from Pape. Can we make this game interesting, please? Leigh have actually been really, really disappointing. I'm not even disappointed with the defence. It's just in possession is what I'm disappointed with. Elliot Minchella with a carry through the middle. Takes it over Hulkaar's 40. Litton now waiting at dummy half. Goes himself, finds a bit of space behind the ruck. Eats up decent metres there. Now into Leigh territory on the last. 50 minutes on the clock. Broadbent goes short side left to Lewis. Hits the ball high. Pressure is not as strong this time around. Plenty of time for Armstrong to take it. Scan the line. But just takes the carry quite comfortably through the middle. Lamb now waiting at dummy half. Hands the ball off to Hodgson, who takes a carry through the middle over the 20. Dwyer. Then to Tessie New, takes it up to the 30. Dwyer now across to O'Brien, then to O'Neill. I'm not sure if Pape's come off or not. If Dwyer and Pape were on together, then they can speed up the ruck, but I think Pape has come off completely. Hanley took a carry down the right edge. The last tackle coming up for Leigh, just short of halfway. Towards the middle with O'Brien. It's going to kick towards the back left. It's going to be taken on the full by Davies. Returns the ball up to the 30 and a few metres over it. So this is pretty disappointing from Leigh, and they just give away a penalty. This is not good enough from Leigh. Oh, this is not good enough at all. Hull KR coming up. They've got Huddersfield away, Hull FC away, Wigan at home, Hull FC away, and then Leeds. I think that was at home. Okay, so Hull KR in possession off the back of the penalty, inside Leigh territory, towards the middle with Jared Warrior-Hargreaves. Not been listed with suspensions this season, which is a good start. Now with Minchella. He's darting left and right. Gets an offload for Litton. Gets a ball off to Broadbent. Shifting right now. They've got a bit of space and maybe some numbers, but with Batchelor's brought down on the 10. Go on the Robin, says Paul. Litton. Then across to May. Switches back to Minchella. Finds half a break. Tries to get the ball off to Hadley, but it's recovered by O'Brien. Ball nearly comes loose. I think they're saying first knock on from Hull KR, second from Leigh, but Leigh will have possession. Almost again from the Robins. I think it was the right idea from Minchella, just not quite accurate enough from the offload. So, ball is into the scrum. It's out the back into Niu down the left-hand side. On the 20, Dwyer gives it to Hodgson. Makes about 6 metres. Dwyer again to Hanley. Takes it over the 30. Leigh needs something. They need a bit of ill discipline from Hull KR, or they need to actually connect spreading the ball. But Dwyer takes up to the 40. 53.5 minutes on the clock. Davis waits at dummy half. Shift left with O'Brien. Then to Lamb. Out the back to Armstrong. They can finally eat up some metres with Niu. Off to Hodgson, who cuts back inside. Finally, an actual expansive play towards the edges inside the middle third. It's probably their best one yet. It's now with O'Brien on the last. Kicks high. Oh, and it's dropped by Broadbent. Leigh have the chance to put some points on the board now. You know, when I was going through the team list before the game started, I remember saying Broadbent was solid on both sides of the ball, but I stopped myself from saying he's reliable under the high ball because I realised he has that in his game, and Evalds as well actually has that in his game. I know he's at Huddersfield now, but yeah, Broadbent and Evalds, I know it's a bit windy as well today, but they've both had some stinkers. And there's going to be a penalty for Leigh for a high shot. But yeah, it's interesting. So it's going to be a fresh set for Leigh. 10 metres out. It's with Penne. So Leigh, left of the sticks, 55 minutes on the clock, 5 metres out. Plays the ball for Dwyer. Goes to his right to Lamb. And to O'Brien, hands it off to O'Neill, running the overs line. It's now with Dwyer. Comes back towards the middle with Davis. Straightens up and takes a carry himself. Dwyer now a dummy off between the sticks. He's going to look right and go left. Lamb. Then to Hughes. Leigh need to really put some expansive together now. Fourth tackle. It's with Lamb. Switches back to Davis. Takes a carry through the middle. So last tackle, we're gonna need something here. I mean, I'm not a Leigh fan, I say we. But it's with Penne, then to Lamb. Bit of a flat line here. Hanley trying to get an offload. And he can't. This is absolutely pathetic in possession from Leigh. Absolutely shocking. Awful stuff. Fev getting walloped, so I'm back. Expected more from Leigh. Yeah, they've been really poor in possession. Defensively, I'm not too concerned defensively, even though they conceded 22 points in the first half. It's because of their ill discipline and errors. Obviously, Hull KR are doing well in possession as well, but some of the errors and ill discipline allowed Hull KR to get into good field position and good territory, and then they just did well in possession to put points on the board. So defence I'm not too concerned about for Leigh. But in possession they've been shocking. Any KR fans here go to Amsterdam? How many went to Amsterdam, by the way? Like, did many people go? Were there many Dutch fans there? Like, I barely heard anything about it. I forgot it was on. I thought they were trying to... I know it was a pre-season game, but I thought they were trying to make it a big-ish deal. But I heard absolutely nothing about it. So Litton now, on the last, gives it to Lewis, short side left. Dinks the ball through. Bobbles a few times, taken by Armstrong. And he stopped on the 20. Oh, a few thousand, okay. Alright, fair enough then. Not too bad, not too bad. So, Brand with a carry through the middle. 57.5 minutes on the clock. Almost reaching the hour mark. And this has been poor in possession from Leigh. Really, really poor. It's with Lamb to Niu. Shrugs off a few. Looks for a line break. Gets one. Niu's got room to run. Nobody's in support, but he could just kind of crash over somebody. Burgess brings him down. They needed that. Leigh now on the front foot. They shift right with O'Brien. It's out the back to Lamb. Ball across to Brand. He'll have to cut back inside. Gives it to Hanley. Offloads to Lamb. Back towards the middle now with Penne. He picks the ball up. Shifting left. Ball across to... Shit, who was that? That was Davies. But it's now to Niu. Gets half a line break. Looks for an offload. Gets the ball out the back. It's a Penne. And he's just going to take the carry himself. Jesus Christ. Last tackle. 10 metres out. They go right to O'Brien. Then out the back to Lamb. Kicks the ball towards the back right. Taken on the full by Burgess. Has he knocked on? Looked like he possibly knocked on there. But Gildart shrugs off one. Takes it over the 10. Drops it backwards, maybe. I mean, it looks like it sort of went straight down. They have been giving us knock-ons before, but we move. Lytton now behind his own 20. Gives it to Davies. So Niu looking dangerous, as per usual. He's been really exciting for Leigh so far this season. 59 minutes on the clock. Now, that's forward by a mile. But there's a few that haven't been given so far today. Gildart has to kick on the last. Taken on the full by Armstrong. Passes the ball across to Hodgson. Takes it over his 20. Gets half a break there. Lamb waits at dummy half. He's going to take a carry. Hands it off to Niu. Had his hands on his knees there. So he's knackered. Would have been better off just taking the carry himself, Lachlan Lamb. But Niu gets the offload. To Hodgson, who takes it over the 30. Had Dutch State of Origin beforehand. Was maybe a few hundred Dutch. Well, that's alright then. That's alright. Better than I thought it was. Because I heard nothing about it. I was thinking, was it just a few hundred? But, you know, Hull KR fans travel well, so it's to be expected. And there's plenty of time to plan it, so it's not like it was a Thursday game in Super League where they have to travel to Warrington or something like that. But Lamb gets a break, ball across to Hodgson, potentially forward there, but I'll give it up to momentum. Last tackle, inside Hull KR territory, Lamb to O'Brien, plenty of height on it. Broadbent takes it cleanly this time, on the 10, and the ball comes loose, but just recovers it before it hits the ground. Hull KR now behind their own 20. They go over it with Hiku, and they reach the 30. So we've had an hour gone in this game. Leigh really needs to start doing something now. I suppose defensively, it's been alright. Hull KR fans were very generous with the beers too, can't complain. Oh, fair enough. Gotta get yourself on the alcohol when you're in Amsterdam. Maybe something else. 61 minutes on the clock, last tackle for Hull KR. Lytton in centre field goes left to Lewis. Dinks the ball towards the back left. Picked up by Armstrong. Brought down on the 20. A lot of work for Leigh to do now. They're going to need something. And I think what they need is an error from Hull KR. Because they're not really putting it together themselves. They're all knackered. So they need some ill discipline. But the only way they'll get it is if they complete sets well enough. If Leigh completes sets well enough. And just wait for a mistake. Dwyer comes back towards the middle with O'Brien. Pops it up to Trout. Just shift the ball, man. You haven't got time to just pop the ball up to your prop. Just shift the ball. What are you doing? Lamb has to kick from halfway. Plenty of height on it. Ball's going to bounce over the dead ball line. It's going to be a 20-metre restart and a 7-tackle set. Don't worry about that. Yeah, well. Oh, God. See, I've felt like this before about other teams. I'm a Warrington fan for those that don't know, and anyone that's new. But when I watch teams just play shit, it just depresses me. I'm not even a Leigh fan, but their performance is depressing me. It's borderline pissing me off. And they're not even my club. So carry from, I think that's Warrior Hargreaves through the middle. It is. Lytton waits centre field at dummy half. Third tackle, they're on Leigh's 40. Hadley goes himself through the middle after faking the handoff to his left. On the 30 now. 6 again. Jesus Christ. May. 20 metres out, gets the offload. Kicked back by Lytton. Recovered by Luckley. Gets the offload to Hiku. Runs straight through the middle. Lytton in centre field. Goes to his right to Batchelor. Hull Kingston Rovers now about 18 metres out from the try line. 63.5 minutes on the clock. It's with Hadley who hands it off to Luckley. Thank God there's a beard to differentiate the two. Lytton. In centre field goes left to May, but that's not forward, no. Penalty. Given that I've got 24-18 as a prediction, I would prefer Hull KR to go for 2. Which I don't think they will. So marker's not square. Penalty for Hull KR. Are they taking the 2? There's a lot of time gone here. I'm not really... Okay, my exact score prediction is on. Okay, we've got about 15 minutes to go. Hull KR is going to have a 24-0 lead. And then 3 tries and 3 kicks from Leigh as they try and get back into the game. Perfect. I'm on for an exact score. I'm on. On for it. Opportunities pending. So, penalty and run at the sticks from Lewis. I'm just going to add this one on because he should get it. And there we go. It's now 24-0. So I just need 3 tries and 3 kicks from Leigh, which they can certainly do because they'll have to be chasing this game. And I am correct with the prediction. I think the last time I got an exact score was last season. I predicted Warrington to beat Leeds 30-18. I think it was last season anyway. I think so. So it's been a little while. It's difficult to get exact predictions. But the thing, in my first ever predictions video, I got the exact score of a Rugby League World Cup game. First ever. And then it took me about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years to get another exact one again. Well, luckily with the first carry, over the 66 minutes on the clock now. 14 minutes to go. Davies is brought down just short of the 30 in Hull KR territory. Centre field with Lytton. He goes to his right to Sue. Takes it up to the 40. Third tackle as well. Lytton in centre field. Scoots from dummy half. Up to halfway. Leigh unable to limit the metres. So with May, then to Broadbent. Takes a carry through the middle. Just short of Leigh's 40. So last tackle coming up. Lytton waits in centre field at dummy half. Left to Lewis. Plenty of height on that. Not much distance because of the wind. Taken on the full by Burgess. Bit of room to run in the middle. Looking for an offload. Gets one to the right-hand side. He's got players in support. May gets it off to Davies. Davies shrugs off a few. Gets the ball off to Hiku. Ball goes backwards. Batchelor recovers it. Ball comes loose and it's kicked dead in goal from Lamb. Oh my God. I think they're saying knock on or forward from Hull KR. Relax. Okay. So 12.5 minutes to go. I don't know exactly what happened because I didn't see if there was a forward pass or a knock on. That looked forward, but it wasn't given. I don't know, or it could have just been a turnover. Do you know what? I don't even know. I don't even know. O'Neill carries the ball over the 20 for Leigh. They need to start moving it now. Get shifty, lads. Get shifty. It's with Hanley. Over the 30. If Niu's still got some energy left in the tank, they'll need to get a line break with him if they can. So, shifting left now with Lamb. Pops the ball up to Hughes. Gets the ball off to the opposition. Trying to force the offload. Hull KR now have possession in Leigh's half. It's not even like Hughes was just blindly offloaded. He literally looked at 2 Hull KR players and just threw the ball off anyway. So just forcing it. So 11.5 minutes to go. Chance for Hull KR to extend the lead and make my exact score incorrect. So with Sue, gets an offload to May, goes right to Luckley, who now straightens up and takes a carry. And gets an offload for Hiku. Then to Batchelor, gets a ball off to Davies, and puts the ball down in the corner. Leigh, you've been absolutely pathetic, and you deserve everything you get. That's completely fair enough. It's going to be 28-0 for Hull Kingston Rovers. Well, that's my exact score incorrect. But yeah, Leigh, they've been shite. Absolute shite. So 10 minutes to go. I think the singing "Take Your Owner" and "F Off Home," I think that's what the Hull KR fans are singing. I think. So kits come from Lewis. He's converted 4 of 5. Some of them have been directly in front of the sticks. But this is all the way from the touchline. He was unsuccessful with the first one from the touchline. Not as much wind to deal with at the moment, I don't think. So, can he add the extras and make this 30? The kick is... It's good. It's bloody good. That's 30 for Hull KR. So, Leigh gets underway. 9 minutes to go. Broadbent takes it on the full, hands it off to Sue. Will win for Warrington on Friday? Absolutely, Hayden. Absolutely. I do think Saints were still the better team for most parts of the game, but there's still a slight disconnect in possession for us, but I'm happy to sort of go with the idea that defence won us that game. I think the great work that we did defensively, I think it sort of added up, and yeah, the defence won us that. We had a few fortunate moments, but I'm extremely proud of the effort. Like, very, very proud. But I hope it's not just a situation where we're playing up to the hype of the occasion, and then we'll just go back to normal. That's the standard now. You've got to, keep it consistent. But 8 minutes to go. Last tackle for Hull KR. McAlorum goes left to Lewis, who dinks the ball towards the back corner. Armstrong takes it on the full. The only game that I'm really looking forward for is when KR against FC. FC is going to get battered. I don't know. This is not last year's FC team. I think Hull KR would still be favourites for it, but I don't think it'll be a battering. Again, I'm still thinking Hull KR will be the stronger team. I think maybe a 12-point gap at most. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So Leigh shifting the ball left now with Niu, up to the 30, met by Petahiku, gets a ball off to Hodgson. And there's a knock-on. Just fast forward the clock. Just get the game over and done with, please. I'm tired of this game now. I can't watch any more of Leigh Leopards today. I just can't. This is shit. So they're going to challenge the call of a knock-on. So there's an offload from Niu. Hodgson, I think the ball touched the ground and he simultaneously picks the ball up. But does he use the ground? Okay, there's a bit of a knock-on afterwards. I think that's okay. You go into the games, it should be fun. I'd imagine so. The atmosphere will be great. And it does help that, again, Hull KR is having a good season and that Hull FC are a much improved side. So hopefully everyone's up for it. Good attendance. Everyone getting excited for it. Should be good. Should be good. Actually, when is it? Depends when it is, because that could be a good one to stream. Oh, it's not in the... Okay. 18th of April at 12:30. Okay. God, there's 3 games on that day. Am I going to do back-to-back-to-back? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. 18th of April, 12:30. I guess I could do. Oh, and it's Wigan versus Saints afterwards as well. Bloody hell. Oh, that's a hell of a weekend for Rugby League. It's always good when it's the derby. Indeed. Indeed. Just always a good game, really. So, 20 metres out, McAlorum waits a dummy off. He goes right to Hadley. Then to Litton, switches back to Batchelor. Hull KR now with 6 minutes to go in possession. Third tackle. McAlorum waits 2 metres out. Right at the sticks, but goes left to Hadley. Then across to Lewis. Draws in a few. Gets half a break. Looks for an offload. But just takes a tackle. They now go short side left. Off the quick play the ball. McAlorum just scoots. It's going to be the last tackle coming up now for Hull KR. They're only a few metres out from the try line. McAlorum's going to play it for Gildart. Towards the middle with Lewis. Almost over his head. Has to come back towards the short side left. Litton dinks the ball through. Brand under pressure. And is tackled in the in-goal area. Good work from Hull Kingston Rovers. I was not expecting this. 30-0. So it's a short dropout. Beautifully done, actually. Armstrong has got room to run. But met immediately by Lewis. And that's a penalty? Yeah, fair enough. Alright, come on then, Lee. Get rid of that goose egg, boys. So, kicking's a touch from the penalty. Lee will start this set 45 metres out. Come on, Lee. Get rid of that donut. It's now with O'Neill on the 40. Dwyer waits at dummy half. 4 minutes to go. It's with Liu, centre field. Takes it over the 40. Here we go. This is where Lee start the comeback with 4 minutes to go, 30-0 down. O'Brien shifting left now to Lamb. Pops the ball up and it's recovered by Davies because Lee have been absolutely shite today. Oh my God. Easy money to down your bet. What did you bet on, mate? What did you bet on? Oh, I need to check my bet, actually. I need to look for a try scorer. I need to witness that. Witness that shortly. So, Burgess now on the 4th. 3 minutes to go. It's with Lytton. Shifting right. It's with Sue. Three minutes to go. Last tackle. Lytton down the right hand side. Dinks the ball towards the back right. Pressure on Davis. Or from Davis, sorry. Is that a knock on from Leigh? It was a knock on from Hull KR. Or is it? I don't know. I didn't hear. 2.5 minutes to go. Mikey Lewis gets man of the match, which I think is fair. That's fair enough. Captain's challenge from Hull KR. Right, okay. I saw that the Raiders were getting battered by the Seagulls this morning, and I actually had the Raiders to win. And I stopped looking. I just need a try from Cervelio Tamale. Okay, they lost 40-12. Did Tamale score a try? No. No, he didn't. So that's the bet lost. Great. Bloody hell. Ruben Garrick got Ruben Garrick got 4 tries and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conversions. Jesus. Is that 30 points? Bloody hell. So I got 5 out of 8 in the NRL this week. I'll take it. It's positive. Jesus Christ. Get Leigh back in the championship. I think there's some others that need to drop down first. But I know from this performance, yeah, get him back in the bloody championship. Unsuccessful challenge from Hull KR. Is that going to come back to bite them with 2.5 minutes to go? Friend won $2,000 on one bet a couple of days ago. Fair play to him. Fair play. It would be nice. I can't even win 20 quid off mine. Anyway, Leigh have Wakefield back-to-back in round 6 in the Challenge Cup. Then they've got Castleford, Warrington and Salford. There should be at least 3 wins there at absolute minimum. Well, they need at least 3 wins. So, under 2 minutes to go. It's with O'Brien. Takes a carry over the 30, close to the 40. Minute and a half left. Last tackle. It's out the back to Lamb. Hits the belly of the ball. What's the highest you can see Warrington finishing? If I go purely off performance... Okay, you need to bear with me because I know people go, wait, that's no way they're finishing that high. I think, depending on the connections with Sneed, I think second place is achievable. I think there's a sneaky third, but a realistic fourth. I think that's what I'll go with. If Warrington get back to last year's form, second is on. Third is somewhat doable, depending on improvements. More realistic fourth as the absolute highest. Usually I like gambling on slots, but lately I've been gambling on sports. I mean, when it comes to slots, it's like, what can you really do? I think with betting on sports, there's at least, I mean, it's not always the case, but there's at least a bit of logic behind it sometimes. You can think about favourites and winners. there are always upsets, but I don't know. Do you find more success with slots? Dwyer now. With 3 seconds to go, it's with Lamb. They shift the ball on their own 10. It's with Brand. Cuts back towards the middle. Can they get rid of this goose egg? He's just going to take a carry through the middle. That's going to be full time. Leigh were absolutely pathetic today. To be honest, I don't really have many complaints about Leigh's defence, if that makes any sense. It's just in possession, knocked on way too much. So much of a disconnect. Too much discipline. Hull KR also were pretty strong through the middle. Were able to work the ball out from their own end. And they just had more pressure on Leigh's line. So defensively, I'm actually not that bothered about Leigh. Like, they were just, they had to deal with a lot of pressure against a great attacking side. So defensively, not a problem. But in possession, Leigh were shocking. Absolutely abysmal. Completely lifeless. Such a lack of intent to spread the ball to the edges inside the midfield or even in their own half. Even when they did, fair play to Hull Kingston Rovers, they didn't make it easy for them. I just don't know. And I think that's very likely that Hull KR enter the top of the power rankings now. Leigh could start making their way down a bit. So if anyone's got any thoughts, do let me know. Not going to lie, every casino that... because the casino was... Yeah, well, yeah. It happens. It's going to happen, isn't it? Casino always wins. So, in the end, it's 30-0 for Hull KR. Tries from Gildart. Lewis with 2, Tanganoa and Davies, and Lewis with 5 out of 6 conversions. So Lewis picks up 18 points today. Right then. So there's going to be stream highlights tonight or tomorrow from the Salford Huddersfield game. Then the Warrington and Saints game, and then from this game will most likely be up tomorrow night or the day after on TikTok. Link is in the description. Check out hoodies like these if you want them. Kinetic Rugby League store in the description and also pinned to the live chat as well. But those that were here, thank you very much for stopping by. It is greatly appreciated. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend and a good evening. And I'm having a curry soon. Nice home-cooked curry. Looking forward to that. And a bit of reacher. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your weekend. Yeah, see you later.